Okay, so Anna was trying to say that Black Americans average about 88% African or more. I think she was trying to get over the 1/8 hump for Socrates to make us full African, I guess. I don't know what was going on there. But yeah, I brought the stats right here. On average, they're 73.2% African, 24% European, and 0.8% Native American. Her results were 72% African, 20% European, so she's less white than Black Americans on average, and she has 8% Native American. So basically, Black Americans are on average more white than her, apparently. But anyway, someone was asking, why am I nicer to her than others and more gentle on her? Well, honestly, if you pay attention to when I talk to other people about, different beefs, I usually don't get that hard on them, but if I do, it's not going to be someone with her phenotype, basically. I don't really beef with dark-skinned Black women, for one, if you notice that. You can look on my thank you video where I'm saying thank you, thank you. I'm not going to sing it. I'm not going to go in my singing voice right now. I'm in a position right now where it would just sound strained. But anyway, in that video, basically, you can see that all the people that I beefed with last year were basically my color. And most of them had my phenotype in most regards. Besides Crystal Swirls, but Crystal Swirls I've never beefed with. I just was saying thank you to her for giving me my first shout out. Technically, she was the first one to give me a shout out. The other Game Changer didn't really give me a shout out. He put me on his live stream, which gave me basically subscribers. That was way in the beginning of my channel, back in March of 2020. But I talked to her, I think, in May of 2020. But anyway, yeah. Other than her, everybody else, if you look at them on that video, you can see basically everyone that I beef with was my color. Oh, besides, oh, but that was actually, and that was all my fault. That's why I never actually, yeah, that was a whole different story. But generally, normally, yeah, all the people I've beefed with were my color and had my phenotype. And when I say that, I mean like they were facially similar, usually, and skin tone wise, they're similar too. You see, Anna, I think when I'm tanned, I'm about her color, honestly. Because I remember last summer, I did a video about this, but I never got to do the one in August because I was supposed to. But during the summer, I did a video, and it had to do with something to do with skin tone and paper bag test or whatever. And I was about the same color as a paper bag around that time. Usually that's about my color, basically. And she seems to be like a tad darker, maybe, than a paper bag or about the same color as it. So I think in the summertime, I'm her color that she is naturally. But her color when she's tanned is a really nice, ideal color, honestly. It's a very beautiful, creamy, like a very deep, rich color. It's very pretty. That's why I was saying that her features are very beautiful. And she has very beautiful features that are predominantly African, and there is beauty in African features. That's what my channel is all about. I don't really believe in pushing the whole light-skinned agenda. And that's a major thing that a lot of the Golden Sphere doesn't like about me. Specifically, one person I beefed with, originally, she was kind of like the first one, well, with this channel. And it was off of the fact that I like to make my photos darker, basically. I'm just like that. I like to prefer darker skin. and it confuses them because it's almost like they claim that colorism doesn't exist, but then they almost act like it does to some extent. Some of them will try and act like it doesn't really exist and, push back on Chrissy. But at the same time, they will try and act like somehow it is better. I honestly, if you hooked me up to a lie detector test and you asked, do you want to be dark or light skinned? Do you want to be dark skinned or light skinned? I would say dark skinned and I would pass. That's just how it is. I'm not lying when I say I think being dark skinned would look better. To me, I do think that dark skin is prettier, So why would I attack someone on the basis of them having more Afrocentric features than me? That would be going along the trend that darker was less than. I don't think darker is less than. And especially significantly darker, enough where it's a significant amount where, you can tan, and that's actually an ideal color. It's a pretty color that she can tan to. To me, when I tan, I still just look like a rusty gray, ugly color. I'm sorry, but it's never like there's melanin popping in a nice way. It's just like a gray, dirty color. It's not like popping, you know what I mean? Like my mother, it's the same color as Brandy. That's a pretty color. That is a pretty color, But yeah, it's just like, for me, from my perspective, I've said this before about being on the lighter end of things. I don't consider myself light skinned, obviously. I consider myself light brown. But when I lose my tan, I don't like it too much because the more I lose my tan, the more I can see imperfections on my skin and things of that nature. So I'm not lying when I say I think dark skin looks prettier than light skin. So obviously I wouldn't go about attacking someone for their African features unless I thought African features were a bad thing. I don't personally think African features are a bad thing. That's why a main focal point of my channel is promoting dark-skinned black women's image and acknowledging how beautiful dark-skinned black women are. Organically, you know what I mean? Not trying to be like, oh no, there's no colorism and I call you dark-skinned black women darkies or something crazy like that, or low lives, or try and act like being light-skinned is better or something, or it's some kind of prize or something, or the lighter the better, I don't believe in that, If I believed in that, wouldn't I believe in colorism? I mean, people like that are the main ones trying to push light skin privilege. And that's where how I push back on things like that. I don't believe in privilege or colorism because I really honestly don't think dark skinned people are less than light skinned people or brown skinned people for that matter. I think that their beauty is one that's unique and cannot be attained by anyone else besides those with their phenotype or close to their phenotype, you know? So to me, I don't see any reason why I would attack them or say that they were less than unless I was jealous. With my mindset, I'd have to be jealous to do that. But yeah, as far as self-hatred and things of that nature with her, I honestly think maybe she's coming along to finding a way to love herself. Maybe being mixed is the only way she can find a way to love her blackness. And maybe it's a slow process until she accepts that she's black. Loving being mixed is accepting that you're black to some extent, isn't it? I mean, it is part black, So, I mean, I understand why she might be struggling. It seems like maybe a lot of people have taught her to not love herself. So, I mean, it takes time to heal, you know. But yeah, that's all I have to say for this video. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe, and have a great day, guys.